Interesting information came out over the weekend, leading us to possibly believe that Satoshi may have been a supporter of what would become NFTs. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. Okay, so here's a tweet from Laura Shin, and it is from UnchainedCrypto.com. Satoshi Nakamoto appears to have aided a pseudonymous user with ways to sell a JPEG for 500 BTC in 2010. Now, of course, the framing of that article is what it is all that matters, right? Was Bitcoin creator Satoshi pro NFTs? Let's dive into this. On May 14th, the team behind Bitcoin Ordinals project Taproot Lizards sparked a flurry of excitement on shitcoin Twitter after announcing a discovery made on the original Bitcoin forum, one that would have changed the history of Bitcoin as we know it. Nope. Nope. These fucking people. All right, here we go. Udi Wertheimer tweeted that he had found conclusive evidence that the first ever real world Bitcoin payment was made in 2010 to purchase an NFT. It's gonna get interesting when we dive into the nuance. So let's take a look at his tweet. I'm blocked by him, so we're just gonna have to use this. This Twitter space was fire. We discovered that the first purchase ever with Bitcoin was buying a JPEG for 500 BTC in February 2010. It predates the famous 10,000 BTC pizza. Satoshi himself helped facilitate the JPEG sale. Laser Eyes cult in absolute shambles. No, we're not. We don't really give a shit. It doesn't actually matter. Like, this doesn't make the JPEGs any more valuable. This doesn't all of a sudden change the paradigm. And this is, don't get me wrong, but this is exactly what you expect from disingenuous shitheads like Udi. Don't forget, people like Udi shield you FTX, and they also shield you Luna, okay? And anyone who listened to him about this got frickin' wrecked. Anyways, let's continue on with this article. In a post on the Bitcoin Talk forum dated January 24th, 2010, a pseudonymous user, Sabunir, announced his plans to sell a JPEG image for $1 worth of Bitcoin, which at the time amounted to 500 BTC. Sabunir's post is a good 4 months before May 22nd, when Bitcoin developer Laszlo paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. That's too many consonants in a row. I don't know what that sound makes. I have no idea. Anyways, Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto replied to the user's post with recommended ways to make a BTC payment for an order. It's not an NFT. It's just a JPEG. There's no link. There's nothing. There's no data being added to quote unquote the blockchain. Okay. There's nothing going into Bitcoin. It's not like Bitcoin. It's not like all of a sudden this data was somehow minted or something like that along those lines. Like, none of this happened. All this is a JPEG, right? A JPEG that somebody made that they have on their computer. That's all it is. So as of right now, all I'm seeing is somebody wanted to try to sell a JPEG. Anyways, though, I'm going to continue. The claim was soon dispelled by Mike McDonald, who suggested the payments sent to Sabunir's Bitcoin address were actually donations and not a sale. I'm not sure if it's been dispelled yet, but it seems like Sabunir's 500 BTC was a donation rather than a sale. He posted his address for his NFT January 24th, then posted it again in the BTC logo thread on February 24th. February 24th, 500 BTC was sent. February 25th, he thanks 2 people for donations. Starting to sound a little bit different than Udi's conclusive evidence. Can't listen to a freaking word this guy says. I'm sorry. You can't. Wertheimer conceded that his original tweet might be inaccurate and that the 500 BTC was sent as a donation for a different interaction, while the original JPEG might never have been sold. Oh, it looks like somebody dug through that thread, huh? And then realized that they just fucking lied. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go into that thread and we're gonna take a look at it in a sec. Only way to know for sure, maybe one day Sabunir comes back and tells us what really happened, tweeted Udi. because yeah, that last name is also tough to pronounce. I got it once. Anyways, whether or not the sale was actually executed, some market participants believe that Satoshi's support in executing the transaction was indicative of him being pro NFTs. The same can be said of early Bitcoin developer Hal Finney, known for receiving the first Bitcoin transaction from Satoshi, who penned an email on January 17th, 1993, with the subject, crypto trading cards. Oh, so this means they definitely would have supported, they would have supported essentially creating something that doesn't actually exist and then paying only for the pointer. I'm sure of it. Like that, all of this equals that. The most notable thing of all is that Satoshi treated this all like it was the most normal thing in the world. He'd have absolutely been pro Ordinals, noted McDonald. Also, it's reasonably likely either the 100 BTC or 500 BTC donation was from Satoshi himself. Only 3 or 4 people would have logically made the donations given timing in the thread. Okay, guys, here we are on the Bitcoin Talk forum, and we are going to take a look at this conclusive evidence. Okay, so here we go. This is the here's the original post from Sabunir. Okay. Hello all, I've decided to give Bitcoin a try. As a test, I want to see if I can make $1 USD from selling a picture. According to this, 500 Bitcoins should roughly be $1 after PayPal fees, right? To get the picture, please send the coins to me and then send a private message stating the time you sent them. I will reply to your private message with a link to the picture. To me, already, this is not a non-fungible token in the traditional way that that they've been made. It's not the same thing as a counterparty token. It's not the same thing as an NFT on Ethereum. You're not paying for the pointer. In this particular case, Sabunir was genuinely trying to sell a JPEG. So you see, Udi creates this false narrative that somehow an actual JPEG is the same thing as this vaporware called NFT, where it's just a pointer to a JPEG, and the person essentially pays for the pointer to the JPEG. They don't actually own the JPEG itself. So, anyways, the image I'm selling is my own creation with a resolution of 1280 by 960, great for a desktop background. Here's a low quality preview, which, you know, we can't see anymore. So we go through the whole thread. We're not going to dive into every single piece of this because essentially he's trying to figure out how to make sub 1 cent transactions. Hello, shitcoiners. Here's your chance. Sub 1 cent transactions, because those are huge around the world. It's going to be big. So here's a response from Sabunir. For now, if anyone sends 500 coins and tells me in a private message the time they sent it, I shall respond with a link to the picture. This is no different than any other type of sale of an item, right? Somebody is choosing to buy a JPEG, which Sabunir can literally keep reselling over and over again. It's so bad that Udi tries to pull this crap, and then of course Lorishin goes and makes a tweet out of it, you know, and it's all engagement farming. And of course, you know, I can be blamed saying, well, look, Phil, you're doing a clip about it. I'm doing a clip to dispel this absolute bullshit. That's, to me, the difference. And yeah, I do feel bad about giving it attention, but unfortunately, we do need some type of a counter narrative to this crap. So here, to me, this is the signal. Sabunir wrote back, okay, in response, and he goes, it seems apparent that this offer is not desired. In interest of refining future attempts, this is the magic, guys. Why? You don't like the picture? You don't accept the price? Other reasons. And Smoke Too Much responded with what I think is the most logical reason. I don't want to buy the wallpaper for the same reason I don't want to buy wallpapers for real money. There are free sources for very good wallpapers, so why spend money for it? Guys, just because Satoshi may have entertained something, which, if you ask me, I don't believe that NFTs, ordinals, BRC tokens, none of that is actually the same thing as just purchasing or claiming to purchase a simple JPEG. None of that transaction sounds any close, and it really sounds to me like the Taproot lizards and Udi are making a massive stretch to try to get you to buy some affinity scam. All right, guys, that wraps up the clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all tomorrow.